I'm Norman Foster. I'm an architect. I'm here in our studio in London, next to the river. Let's talk a little about high-tech architecture. I'm not so sure that I really ever was comfortable with the idea of high-tech. Perhaps journalistically, high-tech is something to do with the expression of the technology, the means by which the building stands. It's about the diagonals, it's about the cross-bracing, it's about showing what is holding the building up, pushed to a metallic extreme, start to become your high-tech. As I think about it, a number of us studied in America and traveled across America, where I was exposed to a whole series of subconscious influences, whether that is a Greyhound bus with the ribbed, polished stainless steel, or whether it's the Eames House, which was a catalogue assembly with the express cross-bracing. Perhaps some of those influences rubbed off on our work as designers. Perhaps one of the first, if not the first, building to have the tag of high-tech was Reliance Controls, which was a small electronics factory. I call it an industrial pavilion. It's one of the few buildings where I can recall every dimension. The secondaries were 8 by 8. The bay was 40 by 40. It was 120,000 square feet. And the services were dissolved into the fabric of the building. The ground slab had small bore pipes through which would pulse water, which was either hot or cold, so the slab became a radiator. There were only two materials really, and that was corrugated steel and structural members, and the corrugations became the reflectors for the fluorescent lights, which fitted snugly into the ribbed ceiling. I've always seen technology, although I have a love affair of it, as a means to social ends. What do I mean by that? I left school at 16 to work as an office boy in Manchester Town Hall. I can tell you what an office was, what everybody took for granted as an office. It was separation between those who managed and those who did the work. Reliance Controls dissolved those traditional boundaries. There was only a glass screen that would separate the assembly line for electronics from those who were managing the sales force. They would all share the same kitchen and dining facilities, the same bathrooms. That we take for granted now. That time it was really revolutionary, unheard of, but it was immediately embraced. It worked.